Today I fucked up by being too comfortable passing gas. Okay, so obviously it didn't happen today but rather yesterday. Also forgive me for any mistakes. English is not my first language. Anyway, I've recently started living with my BF of nearly 2 years now, so we know each other pretty well. We're comfortable around each other and we both fart in front each other, resulting in laughing like preschoolers because fart funny tee. So no worries here. We were chilling on the couch, while playing God of War, and I was feeling a bit sick. Like stomach hurting, bloated, Remembering I've ate pretty badly during the day, I knew what was going to be set free from my body would stink, but I couldn't keep it. I just let it rip, and chuckled while readjusting the blanket and proudly announced my fart. He just shrugged, but then the stench hit him. He froze, started to protest dramatically at what was assaulting his senses, when I just couldn't stop laughing. Didn't think much of it until we went to bed. I was slowly drifting to sleep when he started to moan and kept having spasms, like he was having a pretty bad dream. I gently pulled him against me but he turned away from me and mumbled something. I just went didn't catch that, hun, and then he turned to me, and whimpered, please don't fart on me. I tried not to die laughing and assured him that I wasn't farting on him tonight, and he nodded and snooze again. 10 minutes later, where he's groaning in his sleep, trashing in the sheets. I try to wake him up from his horrible nightmare but now he just groans, please stop farting on me. Please, in the most moody and baby-esque voice. I couldn't stop laughing and just patted his back, promising I won't, indeed, fart on him again and that I was sorry. So yeah, my farts are nightmare inducing. Obviously he didn't remember upon waking up but was delighted to see that he was entertaining even while asleep. TLDR, let one nasty gas pass, BF started having nightmares about it the same night. Thanks for reading. Haha, this is pure gold. I wish I could put a spell on someone that gave them noxious nightmares. Smiley face. Poor dude is fartmatized. My girl and I are quite open about letting one go. We're just human, that's all. Giggles are A+. Tell him about the nightmares, and use it to your advantage. It would be hilarious for me to threaten my so with a bad drip and nightmares. Today I fucked up by watching Penguins of Madagascar. So before dinner tonight I tried to find a movie for me and my boy 6 to watch. On Netflix I stumbled across the Penguins of Madagascar. First one was funny, second one is hilarious and the third one was okay, but the penguins were always a highlight for me. We start the movie, it's pretty funny and we are enjoying dinner. Spoiler alert. Towards the end of the movie the bad guy turns the penguins into monster-like creatures. Pretty much they change green like they have algae on them and have part of another sea creature. For instance, Skipper has a crab claw for a right arm and Kowalski gets seaweed hair. I am not sure because I didn't get to see the rest of the movie. This scares the tears right out of him and he runs to his room bawling. He's been watching Scooby-Doo for a couple of years, never been scared before. I go in to check on him and he manages to say in between deep sighs, "They are scary," then proceeds to cry uncontrollably as kids do. I turn it off and assure him that it's just a cartoon and there is nothing to worry about. We do the night routine and he goes to bed. At least so I thought. I was on the couch getting ready for bed myself when he comes out at midnight crying about how he keeps having bad dreams about the scary penguins. So now I have to sleep on his floor tonight. It's currently 1 AM and I have to be up at 5ish for work. Hopefully it doesn't last long. TL, Dr. Penguins of Madagascar may be some real scary shit for your kid. Poor boy had the same shit when I was his age, but it was because I was scared of the wolf in Red Riding Hood I saw in a puppet theater. It honors you to sleep on his floor. My parents sent me back to bed. You jumped right in at the deep end with Penguins of Madagascar. Watch the TV series, it's hilarious! Exclamation mark. Bro, I cried when the bird exploded in Shrek. My dad took me out and consoled me, but we both looked back and laughed. Don't feel too bad, sometimes kids just react to things. Can't you just call Enrico to help? Kowalski, analysis. Today I fucked up by getting a bit leaner during the lockdown. The title may sound misleading, but let me tell you, this is a bittersweet story, with wins and losses, so hold on to your pants because I certainly couldn't. The setup needs my backstory. Before 2020 happened, I was a busy grad student with lots of responsibilities and not a lot of sleep. Survived on coffee, but my guilty pleasure was something called French kiss once a day in the campus coffee place. I used to eat out a lot too, since cooking took time I didn't have. As many of you are thinking, I would be fat AF, which was partially true, mitigated by walking 5 to 6 kilometers each day and the blood, sweat, and tears shed at my work. I was happy with being a little overweight and did not need belts for my pants. With the lockdown, my coffee intake went down significantly, much faster than my mental health, and my eating out habits were squashed too. I started cooking, which mainly consisted of rice and lentil soup with greens, because I had a pressure cooker and I couldn't be bothered to make an effort. I made an effort to keep walking though, as suggested by my therapist. So all this continued for 8 months, and now we come to today. Just a reminder that I absolutely did not need to go to campus, and so there was no need to wear formal clothes. So now we come to today, the fateful day where I wore my old formal pants and something felt off. Ignored that instinct and strutted out to meet a professor and do some grocery shopping. Glasses on, mask on, hat on. I did a lot more shopping than needed, so I had 4 bags in 2 hands. When did I realize that my glasses were foggy, but none of my hands were free? I kept walking only to discover that, wait for it, my pants were slipping. It was a terrible realization, and I had to put the bags down and pull my dignity up. Okay, wide steps from now on, only 100 more steps till home, I told myself, and carried my bags up only to find pants were slipping again. I was committed to wide steps, so that's what I did. Imagine yourself walking with a mask and foggy AF glasses, 4 huge bags in hands, and taking wide steps to prevent your pants falling. Now imagine yourself walking through a community filled with frat and sorority houses, and I'm glad my glasses were foggy lest everyone should see my tears and I see their laughter. Somehow I managed to reach home, and by that time the pants were almost down to under the cheeks, the only saving grace being my long jacket. I came home and after some measurements realized that I lost 2 whole inches from my waist. Victory. But at what cost? Anyway, that's my fuck up today, and I learned my lesson about always having a belt handy. Too long didn't read, lost 2 inches from my waist and did not realize it. Wore the now bigger pants and they almost fell off in the most embarrassing neighborhood possible. Crisis averted and lesson learned. Congratulations on your weight loss. You can have the 20 kilograms that I put on if you want. Congratulations on losing the 2. Hey, get pants that fit you. Getting thinner is always good for your health. I don't think there's anything to be sad about now that you've reached home. Can't imagine the excruciating pain of that walk back home too. Just ordered a belt and new pants. Now all I have to do is avoid temptations when the campus reopens fully. This whole ordeal becomes weirder since I don't exactly know if anyone actually saw me hobbling about. Choose to believe no one did.